Sanders all set to send it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. The Chiefs offense out to take over. Well, Brock, it only took them one play to reach the end zone last drive. They might have to work a little bit harder this time out. First and 10 now from the 30. Play action, Mahomes. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. Second down coming up. Pistol now for Mahomes. Completes this one to Rice. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. First down throw, Mahomes. Escapes out to the left. That's the rookie from Texas hauling it in. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs can make it a one-score game as they trim the lead. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it. And that pass is caught. They get the 2 points and a little drama now. We've got ourselves a one-score ball game. Well, I hear you say it all the time, partner. It comes back to that word trust. And they trusted in their offense to go get those 2 points, make this a one-score game. They do their job. Now one big play can change the entire outlook of this game for them.
Yeah, now it becomes about complementary football. As you said, the offense did their job. Now defense, can you not just get a stop? Can you get a turnover? Maybe take it to the house yourself. Either way, that conversion puts them one snap away from a totally different ball game.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Ready, John?
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Short pass brought in. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
You put up the combine times of tight ends running a 40-yard dash, and they certainly don't run as fast as the safeties or the corners in this league. But when you get them going in the right direction and you get them dragging across the field like that, well, they can still do their damage.
Second and 1. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And what will they dial up on third and short?
20 TX. Ready.
He gets it out left, and it's caught. And he'll get it up to the 44. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it'll be first down, Miami.
All right. Hey!
To the air yet again, Tagovailoa. Hits some space around midfield. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look.
Ready.
Now Achane. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down. Staying on the ground here with Achane. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. Achane again. And he's able to take this down to the red zone. He stopped at the 17. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up second and 3.
Get set. Watch it, Oscar. Out.
On play action, here's Tagovailoa. And this is going to be a Miami touchdown. The Dolphins go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the fourth. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. That was just gorgeous football right there. He saw the window, just had to wait for his guy to float toward it, and that pass fit in beautifully for the touchdown.
Kate, this is one of those moments where a quarterback's got to take his pre-snap read and make sure he confirms it quickly post-snap. And when he does, and he's got space to fit that post in, like you said, it's a thing of beauty.
Sanders all set to send it away. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And that return gets a little more than the old touchback, Brock, but a little less than the new one. He's out between the 25 and the 30. The Chiefs offense set to take over again. And we've seen some matching touchdowns as of late, so the scoring coming at a good clip, Brock. Let's see if they can keep this up.
You know what's fun, Kate? After all of these years, I have friends that are offensive guys, friends that are defensive guys. And my friends watching this one offensively love it. The defensive guys, they're climbing up their walls.
Dumps it off to his running back. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Here's 2nd and 14. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Jordan Poyer has it. And the Dolphins get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4? He probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
Ready. Hey. Solo left Zion.
Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. And this is going to be a Miami touchdown. The Dolphins have likely locked up the win right there. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dolphins stretch their lead to 21. Sanders all set to send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense heading out now for the Chiefs. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. First and 10 now from the 30. They go play action. It's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Hauled in by Rice. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Hit some space around midfield. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll be first down, Kansas City. That 100-yard mark, it's as coveted by receivers as it is by running backs. And he's now reached it with that last catch. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Back to the air, Mahomes. Has a man, it's Brown. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. They're now set for 1st and 10. Another throw for Mahomes. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Trying to push it deep downfield. Big shot is hauled in. Feet are inbounds. Oh, what a play! When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
Butker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs get it back to a 14-point game. Reed now to kick this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And they're already up by 2 scores, Brock, but another one here would really put this one out of reach. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Get set.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Oh, he put some heat on it. Wide open downfield. Got it. And he'll take this across. Touchdown line. The Dolphins make it a 3-score game in the 4th. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. A 4th for him in this game, and one more ties the record. So an exclamation. Caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
That one splits the uprights. And the Dolphins stretch their lead to 21. Sanders all set to send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs and Hollywood Brown back to the field once again. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. First and 10 now from the 30.
Yellow.
They fake the handoff. Now Mahomes. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Yellow.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Buys time, rolling right. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
That's caught for the first. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Throwing again, Mahomes. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's third down. Again, Mahomes to throw. Getting out to his left. Finds his man. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out. So we have a pause here inside.
Play is under review.
The Chiefs will use their third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
Yellow.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. And the defender comes away with it. Jalen Ramsey comes up with it. And the Dolphins will take over as this gets brought out to the 20-yard line.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Miami Dolphins, and it's all up next.
It's had many names, but only one NFL team over the years. We're at the home of the Dolphins, Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established. Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And we're underway at Hard Rock. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player, the most exciting player, not just in his...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again following the sack. And he must have overlooked the linebacker there because he was right in the way to swat it away and bring out the incompletion.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down. The Ravens going to punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. So here come the Dolphins as they get set for their debut series. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua's early career, yeah, it was known for injuries. Maybe not being as durable and as available as you want in a top 10 pick. But the last few years, he's taken great strides to rewrite that narrative. Remember, this was a guy that rewrote the record books in Hawaii, won a national championship at Alabama, and nobody questioned the accuracy of that left arm. It was just the availability, well, that he's had to rewrite, and he's done a heck of a job.
The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10.
Scott, corner, long. Out!
Tua taken right to the air. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
They're right here. Turbo one, high. Ready, set.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked up by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens almost took it all the way back. Oh, what a return, down to the 5.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just one.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Henry. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. But linebackers, they're a little bit like quarterbacks. They got to develop that sixth sense by watching that tape so they can diagnose and get home in a hurry like he just did.
Jackson has it, 3rd and goal. And oh, he got it! Interception!
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
Go ahead.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Come on, 2. Whoa. Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion.
Man in motion, headed right. Tagovailoa on 1st down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
All right, come on. Step. Hey. 21G. 20, TX.
Tagovailoa now working from the gun. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, that window was open down the field, but this league is so fast. And these defenders, well, they closed the gap before that throw could arrive.
Hey. Watch it, Oscar. Hey, 21 TX.
They send a receiver in motion right. Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
I'll tell you this, Kate, that's where you got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute, both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play called back.
Man in motion, out of the slot. Here's Tua again. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
Those defenders, it might be a while before they get another chance like that again. What an incredible opportunity to hand their offense field position inside the red zone, while yet getting another shot of momentum themselves.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
13.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Miami calls a timeout here. It's 2nd. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Report. Change it.
Out of the gun. Here's Jackson. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens go up 6-0 here in the 1st. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. Justin Tucker to try the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Tyreek Hill. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense returning to the field now for the Dolphins. And they're still looking for their first signs of life on offense. Haven't even been able to get a first down off this defense just yet. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Let's go. Get on, Dutch. Get on.
2 and out from the gun. He gets it complete to his man, Tyreek Hill. How about a big hitter, 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play.
Step.
Slot man motioned over.
Out.
Tagovailoa on first down. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Couldn't connect with Tyreek Hill. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Jim. All right, fellas, listen up. Corner, long, turbo 1, high. Long. Shot.
Blitz coming, Tua. Throwing deep for the end zone. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Solo left Zion. Solo left
Receiver
Zion.
in motion, headed right. 3rd and long for him here. Pulled in by Waddle. And they get this down to the 28. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be first down, Miami.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Ready. East, right, snug. 8. 21G.
They send Hill right.
That.
To the air yet again, Tagovailoa. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
TX.
They'll send him over right.
Out.
Here's Tagovailoa again. And in for the Miami touchdown. Well, no doubt about it, Brock. That was a route they worked on in practice, and it manifested in a touchdown when the downs counted here.
And no doubt about it, Kate, you grew up watching and celebrating Jerry Rice running that exact route, didn't you?
Yes, sir. You know it. You know it.
He was so good at it. Every receiver could do it some of the time, but Jerry and the best of them, they do it all the time, just like that one right there.
Sanders all set to send it away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here.
We changed it. Shut up.
First down throw for Jackson. He's got Andrews. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Yo.
Lamar now from the gun. Taking his shot deep down the field it goes. And he hauls in the interception. Jalen Ramsey comes up with it. And the Dolphins are going to return this up beyond the 20 before being tackled.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins sending their offense back out there. First down, here's Tua. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go out at the 35-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
Go ahead.
First down, Tagovailoa to throw. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down. New set of downs for him from the 46.
Watch it, Oscar.
First and 10 now. Here's Tagovailoa. He lofts it deep left. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
All right. Hey, 21, T8.
Throwing again. Here's Tua. He's looking deep once again. This has been a trend. Yet another interception. Nate Wiggins has got it. Finds a seam. Left side. He's off to the races. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Miami set to take over once again on offense.
Ready.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Hey. Out.
Tagovailoa back to the air after the pick. Finds his man Waddle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And it'll be first down, Miami.
Solo left Zion.
Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins get it down to a single point. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Dolphins tie things up at 14. Sanders all set to send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And they're going to be looking for a little redemption after their interception last drive led to a tie ball game, 14-all. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Andrews with the catch. It's a 21-yard gain. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
This has the makings of a shootout. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They've got a first to begin the frame.
Hey, Ozzy, check out. Hey, report. Hey, come on.
From the gun, Jackson. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So it's second down coming up.
Nice up. 13. 180. Nice up. 180. Nice up. Cut.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Short pass brought in. And that will not be enough for a first down.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Nice up. Report. Go ahead. You change it.
Lamar throwing again. Chased out to his right. That's taken in by Henry. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
No, we changed it.
Jackson yet again. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Putting the tight end in motion. This is Henry on second. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. And it's a nice gain on the run, aided by that broken tackle. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2. Lamar back to throw. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
I think we're starting to get a feel, aren't we, of why they like him so much in coverage. He reacts well to throws, is super adept at breaking up passes through contact, or like that one before they could ever reach the target.
Jackson's going to go on 4th. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Devon Holland comes up with it. And the Dolphins get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
On first down, here's Tagovailoa. He's on the move. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down.
Defense, relentless on that play. As some of them closed in on that pocket, the others took away the easy throwing lanes, and they really influenced that incomplete pass.
Yeah. Corner, long. Double one, hard. Long. Set.
Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Got his target. It's Hill. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Hey. Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Complete beyond the marker. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10.
Hey, Turbo Wood. Eight. 21G. That.
Sticking to the air, it's Tagovailoa. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
You know what I like about this shot down the field, Kate? It keeps a defense honest. They know defensively, if we overcommit, we could get burned deep.
TX. Out.
Here's Tua again. Ravens swoop it in, and they bring him down.
Get to the line.
Working quickly here.
Turbo 3, kick. Hey.
They put a receiver in motion right.
Ready, set.
Tagovailoa facing 3rd and long. They connect on the deep shot. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down. The early returns on the stat sheet have been good so far, partner. He's off to the exact kind of start they were hoping he'd have.
Yeah, you can just feel the rhythm, the timing, the tempo, and that ball is zipping all over the field.
Things looking totally different after that last play. It's 1st and 10 inside the opposing 30. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready. Right.
Tua now from the gun. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Watson, Oscar.
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. This one's taken in by Hill. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Well, Brock, even if they decide to start spreading the love as the game goes on, I think they've found out who one of their primary targets is going to be.
And by starting so strong, Kate, you know what's going to happen. He's going to benefit all of his fellow receivers. This defense is going to have to dictate coverage, take him away, and it's going to open up the rest of his career.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins parlay the interception into points. Devon Achane with the touchdown. Well, Brock, you found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns, and that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off with 6.
Sanders all set to send it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens trotting out their offense. And you gotta wonder what those emotions are like, what the mentals are like under that helmet right now, Brock. Such a great drive, ended with that interception. The second one he's thrown already.
Yeah, this is where the self-talk becomes really important. I could do this. I could do this, right? You don't feel the frustration and the emotion. You really do just have to be so strong-minded to put that pass behind you.
Oh, look at this. Here he goes. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He's taken down. The Dolphins rush Gtowncapp. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up. Another try following the sack. Walker hauls it in. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Running back sent in motion. On first down, Jackson. Catch made by Keaton Mitchell. And he'll go down here at the 16. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up. First and 10. Here's Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Trying again, following the sack. On the move, headed right. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Jordan Poyer has it. And the Dolphins have it after forcing his fourth INT of the day. Now that right there, that is rising to the occasion in the red zone, partner. Could have saved 3 points there, maybe twice that with that interception.
You know, these defenders, they're willing to bend and bend. These offenses are so good in this league, and they know how critical the red zone is. And when you get an interception like that, you just break. You break the will of that offense and the confidence, and those are big time. You're right. Put some points on the board for that defense with that effort.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
Looking to throw. He's trying another one deep. He's got it deep downfield. So we've reached halftime down here in Miami. The Dolphins have the lead. Now we'll send you up to Orlando, our studios there. For Jonathan, in the interest of time, we'll bypass the halftime break and resume play with the third quarter. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Hill now to return it. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Dolphins are back on offense. Gtowncapp out there once again. And you know this firsthand, partner. You get above that 300 mark, you and your offense are going to have plenty of highlights to choose from by this point in the game. We're getting a look at some of them now. You just got to marvel at how well he's played the quarterback position here. They send Hill right. Gtowncapp on first down. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Trying to find Jalen Waddle, and that'll bring up second down.
Yeah, hit it. Turbo one, high. Turbo one, high.
Throwing again. Here's Tua. Flush down out to his left. He's running with it. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Coming in for the stop was Michael Pierce.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Let's go. Step. Corner, long.
Throwing on third, Gtowncapp. Completed to his running back. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. They're set up at the 35 now.
Hey, get set. Out.
Second half begins with a run by Gtowncapp. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Has him on the quick hitter. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Nate Wiggins getting up to end that play.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
Turbo one, high.
They send Hill right. From the gun on third, Gtowncapp. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Roquan Smith with the pick. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Yo.
Pistol snap to Jackson. Escapes the pocket. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
Lamar out of the pistol. Caught by Flowers. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Lamar now from the gun. He beams one deep right side. He's got it inside the 10. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens start the second half with some needed points. It's a Tez Walker touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens tie this game at 21. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The offense getting set to go. And after that interception led to a touchdown in this tie game, really important they get things back on track here. On first down, here's Tagovailoa. He's throwing deep to the left side. And they pick him off again. Nate Wiggins has got it. And the Ravens are set up just shy of the 25 after that tackle.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
First down, here's Lamar. Rolling left, buying some time. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Mitchell takes it straight ahead. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Offense up to the line fast. Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. And the Dolphins are there to bring him down. And the defense is energized following that stick for a loss.
Time we offered some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay these throws. This is going to be one tomorrow, one fun tape to watch, because 6 sacks, hard to come by in this league.
Oh, what a hit! Jars the ball loose! Oh, but the fumble goes out of bounds. Oh, close call there. So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on third. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. And they really went for it on third down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down. He'll throw it. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. 1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Handoff headed right to Henry. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to push one deep. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Dolphins take it away once again. The 5th time they've intercepted in this game. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion. Hey, hey. What?
First down, Tagovailoa to throw. He's trying to go deep again. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
Ready, shot? 21G, 21G. TX. Out.
Tagovailoa now. He's loaded another one up. They connect on the deep shot. There it is. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Dolphins break that tie and now lead by 7. Sanders all set to send it away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And like a swarm of hornets, the coverage has been everywhere this offense has tried to throw it. So many possessions lost to interceptions, as we're being reminded of right here.
Yeah, think about it from a pure mathematical perspective. That's as many as 24 to 20, even 32 points left on the table offensively. That's enough to win a brand new football game. Kept off the board by a secondary. You call them hornets, I call them dancing like a butterfly and stinging like a bee.
I love it. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He's got Andrews. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs. So the big play gets him just beyond midfield. It's first down. From the gun, a run for Henry. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. First down, and they go right back to him. And he's got a nice run. That reaches the 26. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Here's Jackson to throw. And he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens now trailed by just a point in the 4th. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens tie us up 28-all. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Hill now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to go as they take the field. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series.
Hey, go ahead. Hey. Watch it, Oscar.
First down, here's Tua. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Trying to find Jalen Waddle. So it'll be second down.
Ready. Hey, 21 TA. Hey, out.
Tagovailoa back to throw. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
They don't complete a high percentage of these, but even the incomplete deep shots serve a purpose. It keeps the defense honest, knowing if they overcommit close, they could get burned.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Solo left Zion. Let's go. Set.
Now Tua to throw. Escapes out to the left. He's running for it. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Well, I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical first down.
Step. Corner, long. Turbo one, hard.
Tagovailoa on first down. Getting out to his left. Throwing deep down the left. This is brought in at the 50. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset. Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got first and 10 from the red zone.
Turbo two. Long. Solo left Zion.
They send
Solo
Hill
left
right.
Zion.
First and 10 now. Here's Tagovailoa. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins take a fourth-quarter lead. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Sanders connects on the point after. And the Dolphins break that tie and now lead by 7. Sanders all set to send it away. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. We see the Ravens making their way out now. Still time to go, Bronk, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Now it's Lamar. Big gain downfield. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. First down throw for Jackson. Finds him on the slant. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Walker hauls it in. And they take him down right along the 30. Second and 3 now.
13.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Lamar throwing again. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. That's taken in by Henry. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. It's a gain of 4 there. And that'll be first down, Baltimore. It's the 2-minute warning from Miami. Ravens down by 7.
Support! You change it.
Jackson's gonna throw again. Gets this to Bateman. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
Whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front able to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Mitchell gets it from the gun. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up.
Hey, middle. Hey, come on.
To throw. From the pocket, looking for a target. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
Look at the quarterback's eyes. He's looking. He's trying to find a lane of some kind, but there was nowhere to go. And he was lucky to get back to the line before that defense closed in.
No, we change it.
Desperation time here on 4th. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. The Dolphins are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. So it's fins up as the Dolphins take the win at home. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kay, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Miami Dolphins. And it comes your way next.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Day. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And at the start of Jordan Love's NFL career, he had one of the best seats in the stadium watching Aaron Rodgers work. But now he's looking for more than that. Rocket arm, big play potential. And he wants to show this organization that he's capable of being a dependable starter for the foreseeable future.
Yellow, one. Opposite, green, set, ready. Hey, blue, hut.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Ready. White. Black ultra.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Steps away to his left. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 23 yards on the tuck and run. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Hut.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Black shot. Let's go. Red, yellow. Hey, red. Stick, mega. Check, huh?
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. That's complete to Dobbs. So the completion good for just 3. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Yellow, blue. Black, red.
Love to throw for it on 4th. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one.
Green. Blue striker. Blue, go. Ready?
Now Love. That's taken in by Kraft. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A really good pickup of 28 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Yellow, go. Ready?
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Green jack. Ready. Claws red. Ready.
Love now. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a 1st.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Wilson fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
In motion left goes Watson. Love going to give it up on the touch pass. And the second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are on the board first here this afternoon. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Gtowncapp.
Every quarterback in the NFL has a little bit of his own signature style out there, but for this guy, he really plays the game in a different way. It's led to a couple double takes from us up here as we see him as something truly unique. It's not that he's just the strongest passer or the best athlete to ever play the position. He just has a certain way of seeing the action, and it allows him to make some special plays out there.
Gtowncapp and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10, right at the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That one complete to Hill. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
G, 21G, 20, TX. Hey. Ready.
Tua going to throw. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. But he's got it inside the 10. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 56 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. In motion, the tight end. To throw now. Here's Love. And that's going to be incomplete.
Anytime they think they've got him open beyond the markers, you know they're going to throw it his way. And that's not going to change even after that incompletion was forced.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Practice, sit, set, ready.
Here's Love. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
Solo left Zion.
Now Tua. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. In motion, Hill. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That's going to be caught by Waddle. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they go to work on a first and goal.
44, ready.
They'll run. Achane. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Packers all set to go again. That means we'll see Christian Watson. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number one.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball early. We're seeing both of those come into play here. Off to an incredible start. Got their feature guy going, and now everyone else should have opportunities.
Cycle.
Love looking to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The production sensational here early on. That last catch going to put him up over 100 yards receiving already in this first half of play. Wilson with a first down carry. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Black shot.
Play action this time with Love. Touchdown, Packers! Tucker Kraft, 26 yards. And the Packers have moved out in front. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is now 21-14. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the result, a Green Bay score. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Go ahead.
Looking to pass. Tua.
They set up the screen. Achane has it.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
All right, come on. Turbo one, hard.
Here's Tua.
Out route to Hill, complete.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Yeah, ready. Whoa! Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hill. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
All right, fellas, listen up. Out!
They'll swing this complete out to Hill. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
Hey, get set. Hey, 21G, 21G. 20, TX.
In motion, Hill.
Ready.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Holding offense.
Ouch. Could have been a game-tying touchdown. He'll have to hold on that at least for now.
Ouch in a big way. Like ripping the Band-Aid off there. Can they let the sting subside and come back and get it done?
Ready.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Number 2. Hey. Watson, Oscar.
In motion, Hill. Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
Open net is Waddle, complete.
Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Hey, 21 TX.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Forced out to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Hey.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. The kick by Sanders is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. And Christian Watson and the rest of this offense back out now, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but his shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10, right at the 30.
6, mega. Slide through.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 41. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Blue strike. Come on, set. Green jack. Claws red. Blaster. 6. Set.
Love. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Down. Eagle blue.
Play fake. Here's Love. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. 3rd and 20.
Field flat. Here we go. Here we go. Red. Cycle. Right. Right. Ready?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Bradley Chubb, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Daniel Whelan now. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. Miami set to take over. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Now 2nd and 3.
Ready, Jack? Step. Corner, long.
Tua sets up to pass it. On the move to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. That is caught. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ready. Long. Solo left Zion. 8.
In motion, Hill. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 64 yards. And the Dolphins will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Packers with the football here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game.
Ready. Black open.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Love, they go play action now. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Cut. Go pink. Red. Yellow. Stick. Mega. Red.
Working out of the gun. Love. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
To throw now. Here's Love. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room.
21G.
In motion, Hill. Tua going to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Packers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Following the interception, Love. The Dolphins get
there this time, and they bring him down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Ready, ready. Drill green. Cut, cut.
Love now. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown, Packers. Tucker Kraft in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports. We now proceed to the start of the second half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And Hill will opt for the touchback. The Dolphins offense and Tua Tagovailoa headed back out onto the field. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Short throw to Smith. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. It's Hill, complete. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Hey, 21 T8. Hey. Solo left Zion.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. He sets to fire deep. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! Anthony Schwartz, 41 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here this third quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. 3rd and 12. They'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Love. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. The Dolphins offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Let's go.
Looking to pass. Tua. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Wide open. Come on, set.
Throwing. Love. Flush to his right.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
Well, we've seen quarterbacks get away with throwing the ball on the run, no doubt. But this, Charles, I think you'd agree, not the best of throws.
And listen, you're not always going to have a clean pocket to step up with the proper mechanics and deliver the football. I mean, that's a given. But you also have to understand your limits and know what you can get away with and what you can't when you're trying to make a throw like that.
Now Tua signaling to change things up.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Ready. Out.
A give, running right, Achane.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun.
Out route to Hill, complete.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
From the gun, it's Tua.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And after a nice gain, they don't need the penalty. They'll decline it, take the ball where the play resulted.
44, ready.
Running right, here's Achane.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Devon Achane.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Dolphins get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Bradley Chubb there on the tackle.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved.
Now 2nd and 9.
Black shot. Here we go. Here we go. Red, yellow. Ready?
Now Love. Throw left side is complete to Reed.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 38.
Slide 2. Ready.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Being chased out left. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown on a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I had to do a double take on that one, Brandon, because so far in this game, we haven't seen many of his passes fall incomplete.
Solo left Zion. Hey.
In motion, Hill. Going to the air, Tagovailoa.
He'll let this go deep for Waddle.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for Miami. 43 yards. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4.
All right, come on.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Turbo 1. 21G, 21G.
In motion, Hill.
Out.
Now Tua. They're going deep for Hill. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 41 yards. And the Dolphins take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Packers ready to take over offensively. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Snap, red. Hey, green, set.
Love. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Love looking to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Reed. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Green jack. Dog red.
Desperation time here. Love on 4th down. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
20, TX. Hey. Ready, shot.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 1st down.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Here we go, set. Field, black. Hut.
Operating from the gun. Love. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jalen Phillips in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
Red, cycle.
Love from the gun. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins will take over possession here up at the 44. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
He's going to take another shot here, and that is incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Tua sets up to pass it. He's going to let it go again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Here's Tua. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Hill. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Let's go. Step.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. That is caught. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Turbo one high. Corner, long. Turbo one high.
Hill going to go in motion right.
They'll look to throw again. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
32 Stinger. Out.
They'll swing this complete out to Hill. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first.
Ready. 20 TX.
The slot man in motion right. Tua to throw again.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Here's Mostert.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
Turbo two. Ready.
Again, it's Mostert. He'll try again.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about.
Holding. Offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Hey,
Tua going to throw. This is caught. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a 3rd and goal.
With that pass, CD, he's now over 400 yards in the game, and even in a pass-first league, that is still a tough benchmark to hit.
And all week leading up to this one, all we read.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Sanders now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive.
And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a pretty poor kick here. It doesn't make it to the landing zone. And that means they'll move the ball out to the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Love, he's going to change the play here.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
It looks like they'll move things around here.
Come on.
Play action this time with Love. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Down. Set. Cut.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Set.
On play action. Love to throw. Rolling to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game. This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Play fake. Here's Love. Rolling to his left. And that is incomplete.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ball game. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
Okay.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Here we go. Right. Right. Set. Go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
20, TX. Hey.
Now it looks like he'll throw here.
They'll let this go deep for Waddle.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Watch it, Oscar. Hey, 21, TX.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He's going to go up top again. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Miami. 42 yards. And that's going to do it. With that last throw, he surpasses Norm Van Brocklin's mark of 554 passing yards in one game, set more than 70 years ago, way back in 1951. Well, he's had help from his offensive line and his receivers, but this has been an incredible individual performance. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. And the Packers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
On the ground, the drive starts with Wilson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what second down brings. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down.
Ready.
Out of his end zone, Love. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Watch out for Hill on the return. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Looking to pass. Tua. Out route to Hill, complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. We are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is caught inside the 5.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Walker is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal.
And now Smith going to change the play. Again, Walker.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Ken Walker.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Seahawks need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead.
Myers connects on the PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at the 33-yard line.
Here we go.
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
3rd and 3.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones.
And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. After the interception, here's Smith.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention. And it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
Straight ahead, Walker.
And he's got some space here.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
Out of the gun, Smith. as he throws there, incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Back to Walker on first down.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Back to throw, Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early to have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
49.
Smith.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here's Walker.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Here we go.
Smith going to move him around.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal.
Hey, it's a clip. Strike.
Here we go on 4th. Smith. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So,
Here we go.
Frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Let's get set. Shot.
They go play action with Burrow. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Shot.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
4th down, but Burrow stays put. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. Now Geno. This is caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. They'll fake the jet sweep and go instead with Walker. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. In motion goes the tight end. Walker once more, and he will not get in. In fact, he might have lost a yard. Back to the 2. Now Smith on 3rd and goal. He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. The extra point now coming from Myers. And it's good to make it 14-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
On 1, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see. Everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Sam Hubbard able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Smith. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a...
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. Smith will stay out there. The offense is going to go here on 4th down.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They snap it to Smith. He's got it at the 15. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Seahawks go for it, but can't And the Bengals will get the football back. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And now ball going to be intercepted yet again. Picked by Julian Love.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Now it's Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Geno now to throw. Walker with a grab, left side. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Throwing now is Geno.
Repeat of the last play, finding Walker.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. A shotgun snap for Smith. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Bengals are going to get the football back.
On 1, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, I could spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
2nd and 10.
11, Thomas. Gun. Shot.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Hey, we go, Salon.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Running left is Walker.
And down to the 36-yard line here. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Here we go.
Off of play action, here's Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards. But instead, offense out there. They're going for it.
They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Give to Walker on the read option.
And able to work his way down to the 16. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
13 there. Catch left.
Throwing is Smith. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown.
Kenneth Walker
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
And now here's another interception. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 44 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Seahawks force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play. I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. From the gun, here's Smith. To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. Oh, and now some space to operate. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
11 MT tanks. 12, 12, 12.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Now it's Burrow. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
And they ran just a little underneath route here on 1st and goal, but there's really not a whole lot of room to operate this close to the goal line. And he's just not able to get loose after the catch.
Brown is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Burrow will throw. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Bengals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. So that, Charles, their first score of the ball game, obviously, coming here in the 3rd quarter. Is that going to be enough to energize the troops?
It's a great question, and we'll wait to see the answer, but it's finally something for them to build on. Now they know that they can actually score against that defense.
And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith sliding out of the pocket. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On the counter, it's Walker. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Noah Fant, 54 yards. And the Seahawks have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first...
rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Bengals will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. Now he's loose again. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Ken Walker, 55 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll give this up the middle to Brown.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Well, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And, I mean, you're at the point here, 3rd quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Here we go. Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game. And really, they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn: find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st.
Gun.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
He was brought down there by Julian Love.
On 2, ready?
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7.
12.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this 3rd quarter of play. This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point.
Here we go.
They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they go play action now. Burrow
looking deep here for Chase.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
Jamar Chase.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bengals get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Here we go.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he's got it to about the 40. 2nd down and 6 now.
Here we go, here we go.
And now a handoff to Charbonnet. Down the left sideline. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Zach Charbonnet, 40 yards. And the Seahawks up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here we go, here we go.
Another run for Brown on 2nd down.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Here we go.
Right back to Brown. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
11, 11, 11, 11. 11 MT, 11.
An inside give, Brown. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
47 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Defensively, you've got the nice lead here in the 4th quarter. You're saying, if they want to get a run of a little over 10 yards, that's okay.
I hear what you're doing there, and I think you're onto something. They've loosened up on defense, so don't get fooled by the nice runs you're getting now. You've got to get bigger plays, possibly think about throwing the football a bit more here.
It was Jaron Reed who got him down. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
Here we go, here we go.
This is Brown going up the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force.
Here we go.
And caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
That is caught, and he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Another run for Brown on 2nd down.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 3rd down and 6.
Here we go.
Burrow looking to pass. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. And defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Now Burrow. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Burrow and the Bengals offense staying put. They'll go for 2 here.
Here we go.
They'll try and throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. And they take a knee.
Here we go.
And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go.
Ready!
And they'll indeed take a knee. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Cincinnati.